welcome back to the Osprey and to another edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10, the 5th anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Can't believe it's been that long already. And here's a look at what's being advertised for the big anniversary show. Ricochet v Will Osprey, Bryan Danielson versus Okada, which is just ridiculous, and much more, including Adam Page in action. But we started things off with Pac, Moxley and Casanoli and Shafir giving a promo directed at Yuta and Danielson. Obviously heating up the Wrestle Dream match coming up. But Ricochet and Osprey was the first match. And yeah, they waited a moment before locking up and struggling for control. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome," as they made a clean break. They had a fast-paced sequence that ended in a double backflip stalemate and AEW chants. Before they were even in the ring for 10 minutes, they had already delivered great action. There's no way to do this justice, but with a description, much like Osprey's bout against Pac, this was two of the best high flyers in the world, combining their talents to put on a fantastic performance. It's been several years since these two could test each other, so we saw them use all of the tricks they had picked up in that time. Considering it's unlikely to be their last encounter, it's good that they left room to grow, but it's hard to think of ways they could outdo themselves. We could see them counter a lot of each other's moves and steal a few from each other before it finally ended with men's shoulders being down with the aerial assassin pinning Ricochet. It was ruled as a draw, much to the crowd's chagrin, but both men indicated they wanted to get the match restarted, so Tony Khan told them to keep it going. They were going trading strikes, and Osprey hit a hidden blade only for Takeshita to attack them and take them both down. Big Take left the momentum down and posed with Billy Goat's title. So yeah, I thought it was a really strong start to the show. Gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I thought, the match was really great. Would have loved seeing a winner. But Takeshita, I think, possibly for Wrestle Dream triple threat, they seem to be pushing him. And I think they've left the door open for more singles match between these two as well. So, I'm not massively against it at all. 7 out of 10 from me. Adam Page was then shown attacking the Gun Club backstage before we returned to the ring for a Learning Tree segment where Jericho challenged Briscoe to a match for the RH title. He invoked Jay Briscoe's name and brother knocked him down and accepted the match. Cheap hate angle. Don't like RH stuff on AEW TV, but there we go. But the next bout stuff between Page and Robinson began fighting on stage before even getting to the ring. Juice brought a strap from last week's bout, but Hangman took it and whipped him. They battled into the crowd and up the steps where Robinson found a drink to throw onto Page. Once they got into the ring, the bell finally rang. Both men played solid offense, making this feel much more competitive than expected. Hangman dominating wouldn't have been a surprise, but Robinson insisted to be a few bigger moves. Page won with a sneaky low blow followed by a buckshot lariat. Jay White made his return, took down Page, chased Hangman into the crowd and put him through a table. Yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 for me. Obviously, this is all going to be about Jay White's return. Page being brutal, as we've seen a lot from him recently, and started it off strong, and then of course we got that angle as well at the end. So yeah, great to see Jay White back, and I think that could be a really interesting feud for both of these men. So yeah, good stuff. Gets 7 out of 10 from me. Serena Deeb then took on Britt Baker in the third match of the night. DMD had her hometown crowd in her corner. Deeb is known as a professional pro wrestling, and she seemed to dominate the early part of the match and keep the pace to her liking. Baker always prefers the technical style, so these two work well together. She did a good job countering some of Deeb's signature offenses, while the Professor made DMD look good by giving her a lot of energy. This was a solid effort from both competitors, but Baker was able to pick up the win with her signature lockjaw submission. Deeb attacked DMD's knee after the match, but Queen Armanada made the save. So yeah, gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Good win for Baker, and I think, sets up an intriguing dynamic in the women's division as well. So yeah, good stuff. Private Party squashed the Iron Savages in a very quick match. They challenged the Young Bucks, but Perry helped his friends and Private Party and Shibata made the save, obviously setting up two probably different matches for Wrestle Dream as well. I think both of those I'd like to see. Before we got this week's crazy main event, Bryan Danielson and Okada putting their titles on the line, but the Continental title was only on the line for the first 20 minutes. The bout began with about 5 minutes left in Dynamite's normal run time, but Nick Jackson said the anniversary show was given a big overrun. It only took a few minutes for them to exchange fast and furious countdown holds, takedowns and counters. Okada took control and maintained it after a return from the break, but the American Dragon always managed to get back in the fight. As time ran out on the Continental title portion, Okada ran out of the ring to avoid a pin after the Psycho knee. It was a fantastic choice for main event because they delivered a great performance. Danielson pinned Okada with backside because the Rainmaker was distracted by Claudio in the crowd. The BCC attacked the American Dragon while Moxley said none of this was about him. Yuta chased him off with a hammer, but Mox stood tall and almost dared him to use it. Yuta grabbed the mic and said Danielson would face Pac and Castagnoli next week. So yeah, I thought this was great stuff. Gets an 8 out of 10 from me. I thought the way Okada played it was brilliant. Potentially could have another match between these two. It did feel a bit rushed, but it's a bit concerning. Please don't go Danielson. But the BCC stuff as well really worked nicely here. So yeah, I thought this was great stuff and gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Overall, AEW Dynamite gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, a really good episode of Dynamite this week. obviously those two incredible matches at the beginning and the end really kicked it off, and then of course some other intriguing stuff throughout. But yeah, I think for Dynamite we got definitely match quality to summarise how good the show's been over the last few years.
Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.